Hello, YouTube family. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture, and today, auntie got allergies. I got a little slight headache. I never get headaches, and I woke up just like very, very congested, and I was like, "No, wait a minute now. I never get headaches." But the weather here in the East Coast, it's just lots of rain and just, but I'm gonna get through it, and I'm here. It's not cute not knowing, and now we're gonna know. Let's get our hug. Thanks for joining me on this Monday. It was a big honor for Stevie Wonder over the weekend. He got an honorary doctorate from Lincoln University. So now, one of the greatest entertainers ever, Stevie Wonder, is now a doctor, as in Dr. Stevie Wonder. I'm trying to think what we should hit first here. All right, I'm going to go down here. I got to give props to Lunel. She blessed me by showing pictures from some of the events for Netflix Is a Joke. It's a big comedy fest that goes on, I believe, for like 11 days, and Lunel is one of the artists. Well, all the top comedians, white or black, are at Netflix Is a Joke. Things kicked off. Cat Williams with Woke Folk. It was a live event on Saturday night. And Lunel schooled me, like once it goes live, then it goes into the regular rotation. So if you didn't see it, you still have a chance. An event that took place yesterday that everybody is talking about is the Tom Brady roast. What's a roast? If you are politically sensitive, if you are sensitive, this is not the event for you. This was the most politically incorrect. First of all, it's 3 hours long. I found myself saying, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart hosted it. They tore into him about that ex-wife. His first baby mama, how he dumped her. The ladies on The View had a meltdown. It's like they don't like Tom Brady anymore because they're like, why would you let people just talk about your ex-wife like that? You know, the whole thing, the mother of his kids and the first baby mama. I don't know why he agreed to do it. I don't know why. He looked very uncomfortable. And at one point, comedian, is it Jerry Ross? He started talking about Robert Kraft, who owns the New England Patriots. And a few years ago, Robert Kraft got caught in one of those massage parlors, but the charges were mysteriously dropped. Ross gets up there and says, hey, anybody want to go to a massage parlor? And mention Robert Kraft. And Tom Brady jumped up and said, don't say that no more. You got to see it. Because you'll be like, did that just happen? At that point, Tom Brady didn't want to hear that. He had his former coach, Bill Belichick, who was fired by the Patriots and was one of the reasons why Tom Brady bolted, from the Patriots. My thing is, if you are a legend, you walk these streets differently. You don't do roast. You just don't. Only because of the embarrassing factor. And you are a legend. Just walk in your greatness and be like, I'm one of the greatest players of all time. It's one thing to have people rib you because it can be fun. But some ribbings can be like, Kim Kardashian showed up. They tore her up. They booed her. She couldn't finish what she wanted to say. Even Tom Brady got on her. How can you sit in the audience where they talk about you being a hoe? Why was she there? It was like, Kim, you shouldn't stay home because you out here looking crazy and embarrassed and, you're trying to... I don't know how they did it. I don't know. Kim, you shouldn't have been there. Tom, oh gosh, I got a sight with the ladies with The View. When it's the mother of your children, I think you may want comedians to dig into her because obviously it wasn't a great divorce. But there's just certain things you just kind of, and when you're a legend, you walk differently. Tom, you just walk differently. There's an event that's taking place for Sinbad to help him. He suffered a stroke a couple of years ago, and he can't really talk. He's got what they call stroke mouth, when your mouth is twisted to the side. And I believe he was in a wheelchair. He's having trouble walking. I'm so glad that this is happening for the actor and comedian because he's such a wonderful man. But obviously, those medical bills and the greats came together. Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams. I don't think they were all in a room together. Of course, Lunel, so many famous white comedians, they all came together. And this event for Sinbad, I really hope it helps him and his family because he's not in a position to really tour. You know what I loved about Sinbad? He can make you laugh without cussing. That is the sign of a real comedian. But Lunel, thank you. You got to check her out on IG at Lunel, Luenell. She sent me pictures. Her IG was fabulous to see these greats and coming together to help Sinbad. I believe Lunel is performing next week, so she'll be giving me some more scoop. But Netflix is a joke, is a big deal in the comedy world. But that Tom Brady roast, it's on Netflix. It's 3 hours long. You know, I love to warn you about the times. 3 hours long. It was something else. Tonight, the Met Gala, fashion's biggest night. I truly believe some people dress bad because they know people going to talk about them. They know people going to talk about them. They're going to wear something goofy and weird so that people will talk about them. They're not just going to talk about all the pretty people. So it's fashion's biggest night. It costs like $50,000 to get in. I hear the food is nasty and they're hungry and starving, but the red carpet looks are amazing and you'll see it all on social media. Sunday night at 10, it's the Time 100 Gala. Time magazine recently unveiled their top 100 people, and Fantasia, Color Purple, one of them. It's going to air on ABC on Sunday night. Kim Godwin, she was the first Black person to run a major network, ABC, in the news division. She had come from CBS. She has resigned. And I think she was forced to resign. See, at the time of the Amy Robach and TJ Holmes scandal, I don't think she knew how to handle it. Because in the beginning, smiling, taking pictures, no one said anything. But then it kind of sunk in. They're married. And I will say this 10 toes down all the time. If you're married, you can't move in these streets like single people because you've made a commitment. You've made a commitment in front of God. They were both married, and so many people wanted to get on me about, well, they're adults. They can do what they want. Not if you're married. Not if you're married. Not if, well, I was leaving them next week. If you're married, it's not a good look. I think because she mishandled it, because it was mishandled. I don't think they knew what to expect. If they were single and was like, oh, we met at work and we fell in love, then, but because they were married, that was the problem. I don't think Kim knew how to deal with it. Then eventually they let them go. Just last week, they had to let one of the chief meteorologists, Rob Marciano, he had to be let go. But what they did at ABC, because the writing was on the wall, they kind of demoted her and put someone like over her. And it happens. But I think she clearly saw the writing on the wall and decided to leave and resign. She said she was resigning from journalism. When you're in certain positions, one of my favorite things, you can't give a stick and let people beat you over the head with it, because they will. And they'll bash you. and they'll make you think that you're not doing your job. It's a high pressure job. And at the end of the day, is it worth it? You have a family, you've got kids. Of course, you want to make money. But guess what? Ain't no damn job worth it if it is stressing you out. And she has decided to resign. The NBA on TNT may be ending. I am just upset. This NBA analysis / entertainment show. You had Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley. They came together, they argued, they fell, they laughed, they clowned, and it was a great show. So you may be saying, well, what's happening? NBC is buying the Warner Brothers Network, which also has TNT. So they'll buy it and change it, and a great show will come to an end. Shaquille O'Neal has already stepped off. It's sad because that was a entertaining show. Now, Shaq is making headlines because his ex-wife, Shawnee, who created Basketball Wives, has written a book, Changing the Rules and Winning on My Own Terms. She talks about Shaq and the cheating. They had 4 kids together. And she said that Shaq kept disappearing. A woman's tuition or intuition is real. You know when something ain't right. But he kept disappearing. Now, Shaq has admitted he wasn't the best husband. I wasn't a good husband. She talks about it as well. I always love them as a couple. Jeezy, the rapper, says his ex-wife is trying to ruin his reputation, all because he didn't want a second baby. They have a cute daughter, and unfortunately the marriage has ended on very bad terms, but Jeezy says Jeannie is mad because he didn't want any more kids. Britney Spears, I was talking about her last week. She needed a conservatorship. There was a reason, and we're seeing now. There was an incident where she got in some kind of fight or something happened with her boyfriend, who's an ex-con. Something happened to her ankle. She may need surgery. It's very swollen. It wasn't their first fight, but this fight really made headlines. So it got a lot of people to say, well, who is Britney Spears' boyfriend? He's an ex-con with 9 kids. They refer to him as the EBT Nick Cannon. The mother of 5 of his kids said that he doesn't give her child support. He just fell into Britney Spears. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? And just disappeared in her world. The Nick Cannon, the EPT Nick Cannon. But that's the scoop on him. Tracy Morgan is returning to TV, this time on Paramount Plus. The Neighborhood is the show with Cedric the Entertainer and Tashina Arnold. Well, Tracy Morgan is coming back with a spinoff of the show entitled Crutch. This grown man thinking, oh, I'm an empty nester. I got the house to myself. But his grown kids decide to move back home. And Brian McKnight, they're canceling him. Show in Detroit was canceled, and they say that other cities could be canceled as well. Brian McKnight referring to his 6 other children as the products of sin. See, everybody think he just got the 2 with the wife. No, Brian got some kids out here. 6 others claiming they were the products of sin. He only wants to love and support his wife, her kids, and their 1 kid. I've been said that he should get Brian McKnight, stay off social media. Nobody needs to hear these things. They don't. You're ruining your reputation. You go around singing love songs, but you dissing your 6 other kids. It's not good. I hope his management is realizing what is happening and why these shows are being canceled. It's not cute not knowing. We had a lot of stuff today. Now you know. Thanks so much for joining me. We see the notification That means we're here. Subscribe to the channel because we're almost at 75,000. So tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. I do read the comments. I'll be going through the comments tomorrow when we come back on. But thanks for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.